Okay, the match is starting. We got the Kyoto Toads versus the Fearless Phantoms. Whew. Okay, so we got two interesting team compositions here. They have Hisuian Typhlosion in the rain but they only have one rain setter, Beartic Swift Swim, Dryskin Toxicroak, Arcalodon the Staple, and Mega Starmie, versus what looks to be arguably Mystic's 6 best mons in my opinion. I feel like Staff didn't lead with some of their strongest mons per se, but Mystic's got like arguably their 6 best Pokemon. This is the 6th Pokemon I saw when they drafted that I was like, okay, they're probably gonna bring these 6 for sure. Astera, any input, any potential matchups you see here, or what potential 4 you think they're gonna bring, etc., etc.?
I think Beartic's quite a menace as well. Like, can play under ice and rain, right? They've obviously got the Sableye, who's also capable of learning Rain Dance. Obviously, the Arcalodon Starmie.
That's true, but we know. I guess it benefits from the physical defense boost that the snow gives it. That's a good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Typhlosion's got a good matchup into Frostlass, into Klefki-ish. It's not. I think actually Typhlosion's pretty good into most of the Pokemon from Fearless.
I think Typhlosion was a good pick here because
It's a bit of a standalone.
If they set rain and then the other team sets snow, then all of a sudden Eruption isn't nerfed anymore. Okay, so we got a Volcarona Rotom Frost lead versus Beartic and Typhlosion. Okay, we frisk, we find the Focus Sash and the Choice Scarf. Nice. This is interesting. I really don't know what move they're going to click on Beartic lead. You assume Typhlosion is going to do one of two things, Eruption or Shadow Ball. In this case, probably Eruption because it hits both for neutral damage and one for super effective damage.
I think there's always the temptation on Typhlosion to press Eruption no matter what when you lead it, right?
100%.
I mean, at least I've never been able to resist pressing Eruption first click.
Me personally,
I'm actually not entirely sure what the Beartic's going to do though.
Yeah, me neither. I'm excited to see what set they're even running on Beartic. Okay, we got to protect on Beartic right away. Followed by Eruption. Yup, Monkey Click Eruption. One of my favorite things to do in Pokemon Champions. Rotom is down.
Insta-kill on the Rotom.
Insta-kill. Tailwind on Volcarona. Okay. Will the rest of their team be able to sweep the Typhlosion and the Beartic?
I think just assuming from the Typhlosion going first, you can probably guess that it's scarfed as well.
Correct, because we know that the Rotom was scarfed. Interesting. Does Primarina with the 2x speed boost outspeed Typhlosion with the 1.5 times speed boost?
I'm actually not sure. Primarina is quite slow.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting turn due to that mechanic. Let's see what happens this next turn.
I mean, we do know it is probably locked into Eruption as well.
Yeah, so you might have to switch out Typhlosion.
So
that might be the optimal play. Unless he wants to max roll and try to kill the Volcarona on Eruption. But Volcarona's probably running some sort of protection or diversion. And also, what's Beartic doing without either weather here? I'm kind of interested to see. Maybe they were assuming it was going to be a Frostlass Open and it wasn't? Question mark? Toxicroak. My god, I love Toxicroak. Giga Drain on the Beartic rather than a fire move. Interesting.
Potentially either try to get a read on a switch in, or maybe it's not actually running a fire move.
Wait a minute, really does that mean it's not Dryskin Toxicroak because it didn't absorb the liquidation? Or the liquid voice move, I mean. That's interesting. What are Toxicroak's even other abilities outside of Dryskin? Yeah, I'm not sure how that interaction works. Does anyone in chat understand what just happened here? Because the reason I ask is because normally, if it's a single target move, I think Dryskin, hypothetically, if Toxicroak was running Dryskin,
has access to Poison Touch and Anticipation.
Okay, it wasn't anticipation. Maybe it's Poison Touch Toxic Rogue.
It's Poison Touch then, yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's an interesting call, Poison Touch rather than Dry Skin. Very interesting. Especially when you know the other team potentially could have a water type. Huh. Okay, they switch back into Typhlosion. Frisk once again. Fake out the Primarina. Okay, that's probably good play. And it was Poison Touch. Nice reveal on that. Brilliant turn for the Toxic Rogue. Fake out beats the Rage
Voice is
Powder.
definitely awarded
Yep.
to the Charizard.
Brilliant turn for the Toxic Rogue. They get a free pivot with the Typhlosion. Interesting. The chat is saying it may be Hex Typhlosion. Hex would be mean. I mean, all's fair in love and war, my friends. All's fair in love and war.
You have to be careful pressing Hex though. If the Toxic Rogue goes down, oh no, actually they still have all of their Pokemon available. I thought they had one go down. So
Nope.
you probably wouldn't be locked into Hex, but they can switch out still.
Rage Powder once
Rage
again. So it would have made sense not to Hex because the Hex would go into the Volcarona here. He opts for a Shadow Ball. They opt for a Shadow Ball. My apologies. And Poison Jab as well. Volcarona goes down.
Huge Hyper Voice damage.
Huge Hyper
Primarina's
Voice
just
damage. Primarina is too mighty, unfortunately, for the Kyoto Toads. Tailwind has petered out. So now Typhlosion outspeeds. Even though it already did outspeed the...
It was already outspeeding.
It was already outspeeding the Primarina. Correct. Good call. Have no fear. Beartic is here. The meta-defining threat, Beartic. Holy, Beartic's ginormous. Is this like an alpha Beartic? Like, I can't even see the Primarina.
Kyoto Toads still get to reveal their fourth Pokemon as well here.
That's correct. This is actually a closer match than I anticipated this would be, honestly. Which is great for viewing, honestly. I'm happy about that. What do you think happens this turn, Mister?
I think Protect on the Frostlass.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even Mega Up if it was me personally, because I wouldn't want to risk getting weather to the Beartic. But it's going to happen anyway.
But the thing is, the weather on the
Primarina.
Beartic, it's probably Swift Swim Beartic based on the rest of the team being rain. So I don't think that's as much of a downside as you'd expect. However, you were correct about the Protect on Frostlass.
That's Taunt. Ooh.
Taunt Beartic. That's interesting. That's some spicy tech. Unfortunately for the Kyoto Toads, the Citrus Berry procs, and yup, big fatty Hyper Voice. Beartic's hanging on by a thread. Interesting decision to not just go Monkey and lead Sableye or Caludon, but they opted to not even bring it into the match.
Yeah, I was expecting at least one of those for sure.
Yeah, so was I. Is that something we'll see in Game 2 or Game 3? Find out in this riveting best of 3. I
was actually expecting the voice to kill the Beartic last turn as well.
Me
but
too.
It survived,
It was
so it's a
bulky.
little bit scary now.
Yeah. The problem is it's most likely Swift Swim Beartic, so I don't think it's getting as much benefit from Snow into 2 special attackers. But let's see.
If it's moving here, it's definitely not Swift Swim.
It's
definitely
Slush Rush. Interesting counter pick. The Slush Rush Beartic into the Frostlass team. Moving first with Icy Wind, and he gets the defense drop. But Snarby immediately gets deleted. And Beartic goes down. The winners of Game 1 are the Fearless Phantoms. Excellent Game 1, people. That was beautiful. Yeah, I think my criticism with Phantom's team initially when we did the draft analysis, it wasn't the 6 Pokemon that they brought out, it was just the other 6 on their team. I was curious how they would incorporate some of those mons. Because this is a very strong, mighty 6 team. Like 6 Pokemon team, I mean. Like, by no means is it bad, so. Yeah.
I think Sableye for weather control, possibly. Although I don't think it's hugely relevant in this game. Or like, I don't know, I feel like Sableye or Caledon is a lot to leave on the table in general.
I agree completely. I was very surprised that they opted for the Beartic Slush Rush Open. It was an interesting counter pick into the matchup, but...
Yeah, the counter pick.
But I don't know if it was correct. I assume we're gonna see one of Sableye or Caledon in this game. Because at least you want control of the weather. Even though you benefit from Slush Rush, you still want to be able to dictate the weather. At least, like, you want to kind of make it a weather war, not just a one-sided weather control.
I kind of agree with the chat there. I think the dry skin on Toxicroak as well would have been absolutely huge versus the Primarina.
Yes, I agree. I was actually so shocked.
Issue, actually.
Yeah, my apologies for cutting you off. I was very shocked. Wait, am I not spectating the battle? Matchmaking in progress? What the hell's going on here?
Oh my god.
What the hell did I do? Oh my god, oops. My apologies, people, I'm so sorry. Okay, we're getting into the spectate. Inshallah, they haven't picked teams already. God's will. Oh my god, okay. We're late to the match. My apologies, people. They've already picked Sableye Typhlosion versus Volcarona and Primarina. So interesting, they lead Sableye this time. Sorry, Astera, about that. My sincerest apologies. I just had a huge galaxy brain fart. But yeah, okay, so we still see the Primarina and Typhlosion open. Oh no, they opened Rotom Frost last game. What am I talking about?
Yeah, they opened Rotom last time.
Yep. Sunny Day Sableye. Wow. That's interesting. Sunny Day boosted Eruption. Yep. I don't know if this kills Volcarona though, but let's see if the Volcarona is specially bulky.
I don't think so.
Volcarona stands with a lot of tall. And a tailwind,
yeah, really tanked it last time.
Makes you wonder what would happen if there was choice specs in the game instead of only choice scarf. Quash incoming, says the chat. Quash Sableye on ladder is like the bane of my existence. I know how to beat that Cybertron VGC team, but it's very annoying.
I'm kind of surprised about the Primarina using Protect on turn 1 here as well. I feel like there's like a big fear of a potential like Encore from Sableye. Now into the Primarina slot.
And you called it. You called the Encore Protect.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, you've done a lot of damage to Typhlosion. I mean, you're probably not going to beat the Choice Scarf outright, but it's going to hopefully prevent some damage on the next turn, maybe pick up a kill.
Giga Drain on the Typhlosion is interesting. I'm not sure I agree with that play, but another Eruption incoming.
I think maybe trying to chip it down to
Hyper Voice
lower the damage from those eruptions.
Oh, that's true. Good point. Good point. Good point. Chipping for the lower eruptions. Smart. Chad agrees with Astera. They think Hyper Voice turn 1 would have been better, and now we see the Frostlass. Will they Mega immediately to change the weather? Most likely, but let's see what exactly they do.
I mean, there could be a read as well from the Sableye player to flip weather back on the same turn. There's always that danger. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but there's obviously that mind game there, but Sableye is also quite dangerous when not.
Yeah, and if they the first turn last game with Frostlass they protected, but now with the fear of Encore, especially getting Encored earlier in the game, I don't know if they protect on Frostlass this time, and if they don't, Frostlass is eating a fatty eruption bar unforeseen circumstances. So they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. They're in a very precarious position.
I think Frostlass is a very rough swap in here. We do see the Mega.
We do see the Mega Frostlass, one of the mightier Megas. Taunt, but the Queenly Majesty stops the taunt, and he eats a Shadow Ball in return. Brilliant play to switch in the Queenly Majesty Serena.
I'm gonna be honest, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that's a perfect time to switch in. Almost baiting actually the Sableye into using like anything basically.
Okay, so is this a Sunny Day and Rain Dance Arcalodon? We're seeing some interesting tech choices, assuming that that is the case. We know he has Encore. We know it has Sunny Day. Because of this switch in, it lends me to believe that it has Rain Dance as well. This turn has everyone waiting with bated breath. Could decide the match right here. Yes, it was Rain Dance.
It is a Rain Dance. I was thinking they potentially might even have swapped out the Frostlands to try and maintain weather control here, but they're just going to go straight for the Blizzard Click.
Land a 70 accuracy Blizzard with the freeze! Huge freeze, my goodness. Citrus Berry on Sableye. Taunt the Sableye. Non-prankster taunt means he can be taunted. Oh, that sucks for the Kyoto Toads.
Tailwind is down as a small consideration. But...
Yeah, Tailwind is down, that's correct.
I mean, this Sableye is effectively useless on field. I don't know if they want to go for a sack for the last switch in. I'm not sure who the last switch in is, or if they're just going to try and preserve it.
They go for Primarina, which is going to be launching Liquid Voice boosted, Rain boosted Hyper Voices. And Starmie is the last Pokemon. Arcalodon thaws out and gets a Protect off, so the freeze was not too horrid. Oh, Trop Kick into the Starmie slot. Ooh, that's sick, wicked, and nasty. Did they read the Starmie switch and Trop Kicked into that slot? That's a very interesting play if the case. Fearless Phantoms are just playing excellently. Sableye comes back in, most likely about to eat another taunt, and he cannot use any of his prankster moves as well. Unless he has a damaging move, the Sableye is effectively useless, null, and void.
I mean, yeah, a lot of Sableyes don't even run like a damaging move outside of potentially Fake Out.
Exactly.
So there was a good chance this Sableye is literally just not even a Pokemon on the field right now, with a half-health Arcalodon. And judging from the Rain Dance, I'd assume it's that.
Yes, the Rain Dance, unfortunately, it has no damaging moves. He gets the Electro Shot off.
Cool.
Primarina is down. Primarina, the existential threat, is down. But Mega Frostlass is going to come back in and do a mighty chunk. Sableye tanks, but not that it's doing much with its non-damaging moves into Serena. How do the Kyoto Toads deal with Serena? And Frostlass. This turn may decide the match. A full HP Frostlass, full HP Serena versus a Null and Void Sableye and a low health Arcalodon.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's any saving it. The Frostlass just did so much damage on that first turn, actually.
Yeah, the Blizzard landing in the rain, 70 accuracy. Like, I'm not saying it was a wrong move, but It's unfortunate for the Kyoto Toads that Blizzard did huge fatty damage. It froze as well and ultimately swung the game. He gets the Rain Dance off, but at what cost? Will we see another Blizzard here? Shadow Ball into the Archaludon slot. Sending it to Valhalla. And Taunt, leaving Sableye to struggle. Sableye at 9 HP. He's taunted. He's struggling. He can't do anything. And the winners of round 1 of the Big Pimp Draft League are the Kyoto Toads. Oh no, not the Kyoto Toads, the Fearless Phantoms. My apologies. Fearless Phantoms 2-0.